Let's talk about SOPs, standard operating procedures, and why they're important for your junk removal business. So for those of you watching who already have employees or you plan to hire some, you should have SOPs in place in your business. And an SOP essentially is a document that will break down how you do things or how you prefer your employees to handle certain situations. And this is really useful, number one, because obviously we need to train our employees a certain way. We want them to do it a certain way and how to handle certain things in the business. And then number two, this is important because instead of coming off the top of the head on how you want to train these employees, once you take the time to build out an SOP, you can then use this over and over again with future hirings and employees. All right. So this is something that is beneficial in a couple different ways. And an SOP for you guys, what it should really look like is breaking down things that you really need your employees to know. So in your case, things in the field, right? Maybe sales related, how to handle objections on a sales call or in person. Pricing is a very important one for you guys. How to handle certain things, how to price them. So because junk removal is an industry with a lot of different variables, especially in pricing, SOPs are really something you should have because it's a simple way where you have a document and you can translate it over and over again to either current employees or new employees. All right. And you could do this in a couple different ways, and it really shouldn't take you too much time. So I'll put in the notes of this video. ClickUp is something that we use. It's a free platform. You can use ClickUp. You could also use Google Drive, which for Google Drive, you essentially just create a folder, put the documents inside of that folder, and label them as such for each dedicated thing, whether it be, like I said, in the field, sales calls, handling objections, anything that you guys need to put together. But I know most of you don't have this, and that's why I made the video, because you really want to put something like this together for simplicity purposes. So for you, if you need to hire in the future and replace a current employee, if you have an SOP, it makes it a lot easier because you can essentially balance those teachings off of the SOP, send it over to them, instead of you having to dive in and do a ton of extra one-on-one time. Now with the SOP, you're still going to have to give one-on-one time, but the best thing about an SOP is you should put this together pretty much like on the go while you're doing these things. So the best time to build an SOP is actually with you manually doing the thing that you want to teach them. So as you're doing it, you should be building it out in a document and labeling everything you do to a T, and then going back and breaking down the most important things and keeping them in, and then taking out things that you think aren't as important for them to know. All right. That's really an SOP, guys. And as I said, this could be something you do for free. ClickUp is free. Google's free. But I think it's something that you should take the time to put together, because even for those of you who don't have an employee currently, this is a great way for you to put this in place now while you're doing the work. That way in the future, it's a lot easier for you to teach someone to do the same things that you're doing. Okay. So build all some SOPs, guys. Go into detail, whether it's in the field, how you do certain things, whether it's handling objections, or whether it's something as simple as labeling out your pricing and putting it out there to the customer. You should get that in place so that your employees know exactly what you expect out of them and how they should do it.